institutional roles in governance and emergency responders receive enhanced training to boost public safety. These are the stories shaping policy, progress, and development in Lagos. Thank you for joining us. I am Joy Ken Abakuya.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. First on our lineup today, Lagos takes a decisive step towards global relevance, unveiling a blueprint aimed at attracting investment and strengthening Nigeria's financial ecosystem. The Lagos International Financial Center, designed in 2023, is a strategic initiative to position Nigeria as a global financial hub by attracting international capital and deepening domestic financial markets. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the project is guided by long-term vision, strong institutions, and active collaboration between public and private sectors. He added that state and federal institutions are being integrated into the initiative to protect it from political disruptions and ensure its continuity.
I thank all of us for taking that risk. You know, and for me, it's all about leadership, and it's all about having that confidence and that sense of togetherness to know that if you can dream it, if you can just envision it, then that means you can do it. You know, and so that first step is always the very important and difficult one. And you know, we have to back it up with an executive order. We have to back it up with all of the things that will make us stand very well. And we've had this journey the last 2.5 years consistently. Consistently, we've trained ourselves, we've had exhibitions, we've had dinners, we've had all sort of things, you know, and what we're just saying that they've shown us, and Ike had talked about, it's just been very tough, hard work, that the real work is just about to start again. So I'm happy that the City UK, under the UK government, saw the need to support us on the technical side, and even on some financial side as well. But you know how it is? You have to also put your money where your mouth is. You have to show, you know, that you are extremely very committed and you want to believe in the future that you see. But if you don't bake that future from today, it'll be difficult, like Ike said. If some people did not put together Nigerian Stock Exchange and the rest of it, we won't be where we are today. So institutions have to be built, but we have to also be able to say to ourselves that tomorrow, it's important for us, and we need to begin to lay those foundations. And it's the foundation that we're laying here today. Don't worry about who is going to get credit for it. Right? The phase 2 of it, which is where we're getting to, like he said, we need to be getting to the finish line. A lot of people are going to run into it, and they make it look as if, you know what, we've been on it for a long time. It really doesn't matter. We're going to open up our arms, and we're going to allow a lot of people to come, because that's how it's going to work. I'm extremely very happy with the engagement you've made in the last 2-3 days, engaging our federal institutions. And we said to ourselves, I did not mention that. What would be the joy that if I leave this job in less than 18 months, how do we ensure that there's continuity? We've actually designed a model where the core civil service, both at the state and the national level, are fully involved. And guess what? We're training them. We're not just telling them, we're extremely training them so that it becomes an organic growth. So it won't be about me or Ike. It will be about an institution that we've developed, they've been part of the concept, the design, and everybody should be able to work with it. That's what we're designing. And so when we say that we're building what we believe will outlive us, what will be the real model of an international financial center, taking all of the best practices, believe me, that's what we're trying to do. And we're doing it knowing fully well we'll put all the resources, all of the contacts we need to make, all of the doors that we need to open. We'll break some, you know, along the line, but we need to open them because it's about our future. It's about people knowing that there's confidence in our system. It's about we saying that where our leadership has taken it to, we want to double and quadruple it in the next couple of years. And it's only when we do this and do it right that it can happen. The private sector have a lot to do. The public sector have a lot to do. All of us working collaboratively and sharing the risk, the responsibility, we can make it happen. We can make it happen, and we will certainly make it happen. I don't want to talk much. because a lot has been said, but I'm excited. I'm excited because we're beginning to see a fine light down the tunnel. And like we said, it's not over yet. We're just starting it, but I like this good start. I want to thank Anna. I want to thank all of you, for continuously working with us and standing by us and saying to us we can do it. And guess what? We'll also beat you at this because, we don't do things cheap. We don't do things easy. We're going to come, we're going to bake it, and we're going to bake it very, very well. But it's all in our hands. It's all in our hands, and we will work with our partners in Abuja. It's not just a Lagos company. It's a national benefit that we're talking. If you see the pictures and the level of engagement that we're talking about, it's not very easy to go to National Assembly and get senators sit to understand what you're talking about. And you go to CBN, and the CBN governor, the deputy governors, all of them are in the room listening to you. And you go to all of the ministers that are relevant, they are listening to you. So we don't have any choice. We don't have any choice. Please, let's make this happen. I'm excited that we've all found out time to be here today. Let's launch this. Let's all take, as shareholders, you all that are here, take this up as you're part of it for the last 2 years and be able to have sufficient information and knowledge so that in any gathering, you can sell it with your full chest, knowing fully well that it's going to come to reality. And by the way, on Monday, I've opened up, I've sold it already. Yeah, it is happening. Me, I'm like a town crier. I've said it out, and we cannot, want to put our hands on it, we cannot take it back. And I know that it will be successful. It will be successful because we need it for our children, for our children's children, for this economy, for Nigeria, for Africa. Because it's only when we compare toe to toe that we can be globally competitive, we can build a resilient economy, we can build a thriving economy for our people that can stand the test of time.
Stakeholders described the center as a landmark project capable of unlocking both domestic and international investment while supporting critical infrastructure development across the country.
There's a collective win-win outcome that everybody shares and benefits from.
Global and domestic capital is attracted by predictability and stability. And of course, Lagos International Financial Center is designed to provide exactly that.
The Lagos International Financial Center is expected to enhance financial sector capacity, create employment opportunities, and strengthen Nigeria's competitiveness in the global economic landscape.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. While driving economic growth, the state is also addressing safety and environmental risks, clarifying its action at the Makoko waterfront. Since the Lagos state government commenced the removal of illegal structures in the Makoko waterfront, the exercise has continued to generate reactions from residents and other stakeholders. In response, the state government has clarified the reasons behind the demolition. Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, said the exercise was carried out strictly on safety grounds, stressing that while citizens have rights, such rights must not endanger others.
It's a question of safety, it's a question of security, it's a question of well-being of all our people, among whom Makoko residents number. So let the government is saying all of this. The people are going all about spreading unfounded rumors, banding incredible figures about what has happened in Makoko. We feel the government should not just keep quiet. Whether you want to believe it or not, we should also tell our own story.
Special Advisor to the Governor on EGIS and Urban Development, Babatunde Olajide, explained that the Makoko clearance forms part of a broader statewide safety program and assured that the government remains committed to Water Cities project aimed at transforming waterfront communities into safer and more habitable environments.
The people of Makoko have been properly engaged, not only by the government, by the United Nations consultant. Everybody has done everything that we're supposed to do. But you see, the painful part of it is that this high tension thing, for those who are following Lagos State, you know that this thing started from the side of Amikole and a couple of other places. So an high tension cable fell and people died. is the reason why all over the state, a decision was taken that we needed to make sure that we clear the high tension corridor to ensure that the safety of life and property is paramount.
The Lagos State government says the exercise will continue where necessary in line with public safety considerations and its broader urban development objectives.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. Beyond physical infrastructure, Lagos is reinforcing social protection with renewed focus on coordinated investigations to secure justice for survivors. Let's see details of a case conference organized by the State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency. Sexual and gender-based violence remains a major concern in Lagos, with many cases failing at the prosecution stage due to gaps in investigation and evidence gathering. The Lagos State Director of Public Prosecutions, Babajide Martins, warned that lapses in police investigations could weaken cases, urging strict compliance with legal procedures, including proper recording of confessional statements under the administration of criminal justice law.
The most daunting experience is that of witness not willing to come forward to give testimony in court as a result of pressure from family or pressure from the relatives of the defendants or even the defendants at times. Then also we can also do better by getting a more robust investigation. At times the investigation needs to cover some areas which will enhance the feasibility of getting conviction and prosecuting the case. I think the most important part of police investigation now is to ensure that police do record confessional statements in order for it to be admissible in court in accordance with the Section 3 of the Criminal Justice Administration Law in Lagos State 2021 as amended. Because now the position of the law is that even where defense counsel don't object to admissibility of confessional statement without video or presence of a legal practitioner, the court can sue motu on its own and refuse to admit such statement, and that is in accordance with the position of the law by the Supreme Court recently.
Justice Abiola Sholadoye of the Ikeja Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court said insufficient evidence and contradictory statements continue to hinder prosecutions, noting that medical reports are no longer mandatory where other indicators of sexual assault exist.
Medical reports is no longer mandatory in sexual offences cases, provided there are other pointers that the woman in question was sexually molested. Hardly will you find eyewitnesses to say, I saw Mr. B have sex with Mrs. C. Hardly.
Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, Titilola Vivo Adeniyi, said the meeting is aimed at improving justice delivery for survivors while ensuring perpetrators are held accountable.
We're here to review our efforts and our interventions in the past 1 year, to take lessons, to have very sometimes uncomfortable conversations, but all towards ensuring that, any survivor that breaks the culture of silence and accesses or attempts to access justice, they are treated with the dignity, professionalism that they deserve, and ultimately we're able to ensure access to justice and perpetrator accountability.
It widens and broadens one's mind not to be myopic as regards what you check and how to go about all that you had to check.
And we're able to look at possible ways to ensuring that all the non-prosecution cases are being attended to, what we need to do to ensure that our victims, the survivors, the families of those survivors, ensure that they start and finish up their cases.
An avenue to pep up what's already known, to give it some other touch so that it can be in sync with the expectations of the society in terms of handling gender sexual violence related cases.
Stakeholders at the forum called for stronger collaboration, proper documentation, and increased public awareness to encourage reporting and ensure justice for survivors.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. As governance evolves, traditional institutions are also engaging government, renewing calls for constitutional rules to enhance administration. The visit by the Olubadan Oba Rashidi Ladoja is to appreciate Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and other stakeholders in Lagos State for the roles they played during his coronation. The monarch clarified that there is no rift between the traditional institution and the Oyo State government, but emphasized that assigning clearly defined constitutional roles to traditional rulers would strengthen governance and enhance their contributions to grassroots development.
I'm here to say thank you to Mr. Governor for the role he and the Lagosians played during the coronation. They made it worth my while, and they also saw that the Ibadan people were unanimous on the fact that, yes, this is our new Olubadan. So you can understand that my ties with Lagos are very strong.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu described Ibadan as a rallying point of the Yoruba race and commended the Olubadan's leadership. He prayed for a peaceful and impactful reign, reaffirming the enduring cultural and historical ties between Lagos and Ibadan.
Lagos people, will you greet Kabiyesi one more time? Our father, our leader, let me on their behalf, let me welcome His Imperial Majesty, a man that has several caps, a one-time Senator of the Federal Republic, a one-time Executive Governor, an outstanding Nigeria, a distinguished Lagosian, but a son of the soil. His Royal Majesty Oba Rashid Adewolu Ladoja, the Olubadan of Ibadan land. We call your name with all reverence, sir. We thank God for your life. We thank Almighty God for sparing you, for your leadership in our country, for the several years that you have served this country. And now, your people, we, your people, also agreed that you come and also serve them, and you graciously accepted. Our prayer, sir, is that your tenure would not only be long, it will bring transformational developments to the entire Ibadan land and Oyo State and Nigeria in general. God will spare you, God will give you renewed energy, will give you strength, will give you wisdom to be able to rule and rule well. We are indeed happy that stepping out of Oyo State is Lagos, which you rightly said, which we are accepting and agreeing, which is the beacon of your own adulthood, that you remember us to come in and say thank you. We are indeed appreciative of it, sir. We take it with a lot of nostalgia, knowing fully well how revered and how important your stool is. If you have summoned all of us to appear, we would have done so, sir. But with all sense of humility, you have come to show appreciation. We thank you very, very, very much, sir. And we cannot but remember the strong bond, not only that you have for Lagos, but where Ibadan sits in the history of Yoruba land, where Ibadan sits in each of our culture, is the epitome and is the rallying point for the entire Yoruba race. And we believe that during your time, you will further strengthen that unity amongst all of us. We'll continue to know that Ibadan has recorded several firsts in our history, and there's nothing anybody can do. We can't take it away from you, sir. And our prayer is that you continue to guide us, you continue to lead us, and your prayers on us too will be answered. We're indeed very, very grateful, sir. We're happy, and we want to assure you that Lagos will continue to remember you, sir. Anything you want of us to do, we're here to assist, to support, to stretch a hand of fellowship to you and to your kingdom at all times. And so on behalf of the government and the people of Lagos State, we want to thank you very, very much, sir, for coming here to acknowledge us, to thank us. We know there are several of your subjects that are also directly or indirectly with us here in Lagos. And we're happy that we'll continue to show that brotherhood, that sisterhood, that uniqueness of living among ourselves with peace and harmony. We'll continue to reference and refer that, sir. And I want to assure you that everything you stand for that is good, we'll continue to honor and keep it. And we'll pray God Almighty will take you back home safely, will give you all of your heart desires, and in fullness of time, that we will achieve so much for your people, and not only Ibadan will be better off for it, but your state will also be better off for it. Mr. President is proud of you. Mr. President is at any time, identify with you as an elder statesman, as a statesman, and as someone that even came out to know that there is no limit to service of mankind, because at any time, it is still service that you are rendering. God will provide for you, because we know that even in the position you are now, the demand of you will be a lot. The one that, they want to go to school, they want to do this, is KBC's house that they will go to first. Government house, they cannot enter. But the royal father's house is everybody's house. And so we know. But we'll continue to pray for you, and that God will give you the enablement to serve your people and to serve them well.
The visit highlights renewed calls for unity and stronger collaboration between traditional institutions and government.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. Rounding off the program, attention turns to emergency preparedness as LASEMA strengthens capacity to protect lives across the states. Key stakeholders and professionals converged at the junior staff retreat of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, where officers were trained on the essentials of effective emergency response. Permanent Secretary of LASEMA, Femi Okeosentolu, urged participants to see themselves as professionals and ambassadors of the agency, stressing that leadership is defined by responsibility, commitment, and service.
We have to rekindle the glory days. We have to build resilience, and we have to build a capacity that is formidable to take the Lagos State to another level.
With the theme, Building a Resilient and Efficient LASEMA, facilitators encouraged officers to remain proactive and prompt in emergency situations.
Whether you are Oga or not, lead by example. Don't let what you do different from what you are doing in Koro. What you say should align with what you do.
One of the objectives of this training is to build capacity and improve the level of our emergency preparedness.
Participants commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his continued support of emergency management in Lagos State.
Today we learn about teamwork, because without teamwork we can't achieve anything. This retreat has brought about so many learning experiences for me. For example, great communication, how to work effectively, how to communicate effectively and also efficiently.
The retreat reinforces LASEMA's commitment to a stronger and more responsive emergency system for the safety of Lagos residents.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. From policy direction to on-ground impact, Smart Lagos continues to track decisions shaping the future of Africa's model megacity. That's where we draw the curtains on this week's episode of Smart Lagos. Thank you for watching. I am Joy Ken Abakuya. Remember, a smarter Lagos begins with you. Stay safe.
Ha! I don't need to go. My children they ask for pap, and I just buy the corn. It go take 3 days to finish the pap.
No dey stress yourself at all. See pap wey you go just prepare in 2 minutes. I just buy am for market sef.
No be this one o.
Make I show you. This na Checkers pap. The taste na something wey my family love.
Checkers custard pap 3 in 1. They make Checkers custard pap flavor from corn, milk, and sugar. Make you just add hot boiling water, turn am, and it done ready. No stress. Now you fit enjoy smooth pap for your house.